Okay, if you're struggling with bunker shots, here's a video that's going to show you my keys for playing really good bunker shots. So the first key is really the setup. We've got to get the setup correct to give yourself the best chance of hitting bunker shots. And this is where I see a lot of people breaking down. They have really poor setups, and from that moment on, they're going to struggle. So what is a good setup? So I want to see the ball being played slightly forward of center. So if I mark that line there, that's the middle. So I want to see the ball, what's that, about 2 to 3 ball widths forward of center. It's okay to have a slightly open stance. Slightly open, it's 1 or 2 meters left of the target, but no more than that. The big key here, and this is what I see a lot of people doing poorly, is they say, I'm going to get my weight forward. But if I do that and I drop a ball from my nose, the ball has landed back there 3 to 4 inches behind the line. If that's where my center of gravity is, guess where my impact point to the sand is going to be? It's going to be back here. There's no chance of getting that ball out. I gave someone a lesson this morning that was doing exactly that. Great bunker swing, really poor setup. They couldn't get out of a bunker. All I did is change their setup and they were away. So what we want to do is we've got a ball position right. Now I lean my upper body forward. So it's done with the upper body, not with the lower body. So I almost feel like someone's put their hand under my right armpit, and it feels like my left shoulder is lower than my right. So if I take my setup doing that and I drop a ball from my nose, that's now 1 to 2 ball widths in front of the ball. That gives me the best chance of hitting the golf ball with a descending blow. And the other key to bunker shots is we do not want to think about the golf ball. We are not trying to hit the golf ball at all. We are trying to hit the sand located underneath the golf ball. So the ball will ride the cushion of sand and come out. We do not want this club face to make contact with the ball. So as I'm taking my setup here and I'm in the right position, I'm not looking at the golf ball. I'm looking somewhere behind. Now I couldn't tell you whether it was 2 inches, 3 inches or 4 inches or 1 inch. All I know is I'm looking somewhere behind the golf ball because I know my impact has to be behind the golf ball. So from that setup position there, I'm giving myself the best chance. When it comes to the golf swing, I'm not going to swing it super fast, but I do want momentum. So momentum is different to speed. Momentum is constantly moving and slightly accelerating, whereas speed, you can go hard and fast, totally different. So we want to maintain momentum, but not have a rapid increase in speed. So the last key really is we want to take the club back lower to the ground. I see a lot of people picking the club up. What goes up must come down, and they hit and they chop down, and it's a really poor technique because the leading edge then digs in, the ball's not coming out. So by having a shallower swing, I think of it as a U shape, or for want of a better analogy, a plane coming into land, touching down, going along the runway and then taking off again, more so than a helicopter coming into land and taking off. So we want that shallower angle of attack. The club will descend because of our setup that we did before. We're set up for success. That will provide me with that shallow angle of attack. And from there, I just make sure that I have some acceleration through the ball, that the momentum is carried forward, and I'm going to finish with my hands up here. I don't want to finish any bunker shot with my hands low. It's going to get at least to shoulder height. So now I'm set up correctly, and I'm going to have that shallower angle of attack. The ball comes out. It's come out nicely. You could hear that sound that's splashing the sand out, and that's a reasonable bunker shot. So if you really narrow it down to, let's set up for success, follow those keys, swing it shallow, and just make sure you accelerate through the ball, you're going to be better out of bunkers. Now, if you really struggle with bunkers, I'm going to put a link to the easiest way to learn how to play a bunker shot right there. Just click on that video.